So let me tell you about Melody. Melody is one of our platinum sponsors. So I'm going to share a little bit about her, and then we're going to talk about her business. And I want you to listen up because every single one of you need what she has to say. Okay. And I know we're re-airing this as part of the summit too. We decided to do it live, but we're going to re-air it as part of the summit. And so you guys can go back and listen again too. Okay. So Melanie Keemer Harper is a highly sought after motivational speaker, best-selling author, business coach, entertainer, and radio TV host. She is the creator of Ignite Your Speaking Power. Let's just stop and say that. Ignite Your Speaking Power, where it's helping speakers, authors, and entrepreneurs, along with business professionals, create unstoppable confidence. Oh, how does that sound, Christy? How does that sound, Luana? How does that sound, Barbara, to each and every? How many of you would love to have unstoppable confidence? And then what happens is when you get that unstoppable confidence, she's able to help you make a big impact from your message and grow your business to greater heights. As the expert, as the sought after expert, don't get it twisted, in your industry. Melody says that the number one key to greater success on stage, in your career, and in your life is by mastering the art of public speaking and communication. Why do you say that, Melody?
Oh my gosh, it is so important. If you don't have the command in your stage or in your personal, even on one-on-ones or in groups, the conversation we were talking about before, if you don't have that, you can have the best message, but if you don't know how to present it, you don't have stage presence, and you don't have confidence, it's not going to come across. And it's been statistically found that people that have stronger and better communication skills really go up the ladder corporately and in their own businesses. It makes a huge difference. Your communication to me is so critical. And it's all about connecting and building a relationship. It's not just about selling. It's selling, but it's selling yourself. And it's being an influencer because you have not only a great message, but you say it in a way that's compelling, that people understand it and they believe you. And I love what has been told to us, and you've heard this many times too, Raven, is that people don't care about what you have to say, and they don't want to even listen to you, particularly until they know you care. Yeah, until they know you care about them. Yeah. And again, that's building that relationship, trust, and I love it. So, but there are different ways, and people can be an incredible speaker, but not have an impact out there because, again, they don't market it. So that's kind of a twofold there too. So they need to be marketing it, but without knowing really the ins and outs of speaking, it's going to be a lot longer and harder road for them. Confidence.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Confidence. No. Unstoppable confidence. You guys go ahead and put in the chat box, I want unstoppable confidence. And Christy says she agreed. Confidence is the key. Robert, we're going to get back to you. I have to do Reggie's thing, so just hold on. Christy says that when you were talking, she said, wow, my brand is Rock Your Brilliance. That's a great, great brand. So let's go from the beginning because we only got about 7 more minutes. Tell us about how you and your twin sister, what's your twin sister's name?
Marilyn. We're the Eminem twins.
Yeah. How did you and Marilyn get started? Yeah.
We got started at 3 years old. Our mom saw this local contest at a market, and she just put us in it. And we always sang I Love You, a Bushel of Peck when we went to bed. She would read us stories, and then she'd sing that before we went to sleep. And so she put us on there and said, let's sing that song. So the two of us got up there and we sang it, and we won this great big, huge bag of groceries that was bigger than we were. And it was great. And she kept putting us in other contests, and we kept winning. And that's how it started. And by the time we were 10, we became professional, meaning we got paid. paid. And,
whoa, cha-ching, cha-ching. You got paid. I like that. Mm-hmm.
And so we started doing film, TV, and stage work, and loved it. It was great. And the unstoppable confidence that was part of that too was built because of Jack Canfield. Jack Canfield has become a friend. And I remember when we had an interview at one time, and I told him how getting out there, and you need not only confidence, but unstoppable confidence. And he says, you're the queen of being unstoppable. He says, you are incredible. And the interview is telling she's the unstoppable confidence queen. And it makes such a difference, because if you don't have that confidence, it shows. And there are different techniques, and I go through that in all my programs that I do and everything that I talk with my clients about, how to absolutely gain that confidence. And even if you don't feel it, you feel the butterflies. I know when working with Elvis Presley in the movie Double Trouble, one thing that I asked him was about stage fright, if he had stage fright. And I remember him, and I'm not a good impersonator, I need to learn this, but I remember him saying, honey, whenever I get them, whenever I get on stage, I get them butterflies, and those butterflies are what keep me at the top of my game. And I thought, oh my gosh, he even has stage fright. And he said, yes. And anybody who doesn't is not telling the truth, but you need to have that. If you don't, you're not going to do as well. So he said, make sure that you conquer the stage fright. So keep those butterflies in formation, is what he said. But you want to make sure that you still have that, or you're going to be flat. That keeps your energy. There's a little bit of excitement there. Keeps your energy going. So that's how it started out.
Keep the energy going.
Yeah. But it started out as a market. Started out for my mom thinking, oh, how cute. Let's put him in that market. A contest.
Well, I know you've done some phenomenal things. I'm looking at this picture here of Dean Cain. Yeah, that was where he interviewed you about about your book.
Well, he interviewed me about different things. I just happen to have the Double Trouble Talk radio book there, the Double Trouble Transformation System book. But I have my new one out, the Ignite Your Speaking Power. And then we were going through the 7 powerful ways to use speaking to grow your business. And Dean was great. I love Dean. He's become a friend too, and he's just a super guy. And we were out at the Lamborghini outside trying this Lamborghini that somebody had brought up, and we almost walked off with it or rode off with it. But he's super. It was great. Now, I've been very blessed to have worked and appeared with many, many top celebrities. And I can't tell you, that's part of what I do with my 3-day events that I do for Ignite Your Speaking Power. I talk, people want to hear the stories, because all the stories that I have messages, because it didn't always start out where I felt confidence. I'll never forget being on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, and I heard, here's Johnny. Ooh. And here came the butterflies. Oh my gosh. All of a sudden I had these butterflies that just overcame me, and I couldn't control them. And I've never had an experience like that in my life. And I just remember looking at that little red light beaming there on that camera, and millions at home watching me, and hundreds in the audience. And all I could do is I could just go, when he asked me questions. I froze. And I imagine you might have thought that before, or any of you watching. That's a thought that you have of why maybe you don't do something, because you have stage fright, and that you're going to freeze up. And that's what I help people, is to make sure that you don't freeze up, and you understand that it does happen and how to handle it. And boy, if you make a mistake, make it big, and don't make a bigger thing out of it, but make it work for you. And there's different ways to do that. But that was a real first awareness to me about what stage fright can really do, and how they say that stage fright is like one of the number one things of a fear out there, even over death. And because people are too afraid to get out there and speak, and afraid that they're going to fall on their face, afraid they're going to freeze, afraid they're going to sound stupid. Whatever there is, they have the stage fright, and it takes away from their confidence. And again, that's a shame, because they have such a good message.
Let me ask you this real quick, because I want to get a couple of these things out before our time is up. I wish I could talk to you more, because I know you're right on target. But one of the things I want to find out from you is, we talk about fear and speaking and anxiety. How do people overcome that? Can you kind of maybe share one of your best tips that you give your clients to overcome? Because I know Christy, Lawana, I don't know if Barb, and there's some other people out there that are listening, Robert and myself, and we all fall back in that time because we're human. So how does one overcome public speaking fears and anxiety? Give us just one sizzling hot tip.
One sizzling one. Well, I'm going to give you kind of a two blender, okay? Because I do a thing before I
Okay.
go on stages, I teach my clients and everything how to actually get themselves in a mindset first. It's all about your mindset. It's about your attitude and what you're thinking, and how to get that positive mindset before you go out there and thinking it's not about me. It's about the audience. It's about the
Mm-hmm.
message and how you're making a difference for
Mm.
them. And you have to really think about it. I'm not here for me. It doesn't matter how I look. I did the best I could to get ready. Now just release it and just go out and enjoy yourself. And before you go in, laugh, because you want your energy. Just laugh because you want to be in an up mood. Get that energy going. Take deep breaths. And then I will tell you my secret. And your secret can be something different, whatever works for you. My secret is I always say a prayer inevitably before I do anything, before I come to this show, any show. I always say a prayer that I am in service for who's listening or who's watching. And that, again, it's not about me, and that I'm doing what is going to make a difference in people's lives. And it helps me to release it, because I release it to my being, my greater purpose in being.
Mm-hmm.
And that helps me a lot. And then I just go out and just start out with a smile and contact. Don't start, regurgitating on everybody, regurgitating or whatever. You want to just come out there and you zone in and you smile and get your focus and get those butterflies going. And pretty soon you start relaxing and you have fun with it. Go out and have fun. That's the main thing. Have fun.
Have fun. Yeah. I think a lot of times we're too serious. We just are. And that keeps us from being able to make great connections and being able to form bonds and relationships. And, you work with Elvis, you work with all these great people. You've been around these great people. Talk to us about that. How do we build relationships effectively?
Oh, my goodness. I just remember Dale Carnegie. If you haven't seen this or ever read it, How to Win Friends and Influence People was a great big influencer for me. And that was talking about, when you're talking with people, ask them about them. It's building that conversation, building the relationship, and ask them, don't talk about yourself, talk about them. It's like networking. Don't go in and just hand them a business card and say, hey, can you help me? It's going in there and saying, gee, this is so nice. What brought you to this event? And what is it that you need? What are you looking for? Be in service for that person. But what Dale Carnegie said, it's about building the relationship through being interested, not interesting. If you're trying to be interesting, you're talking all about yourself.
I love that.
If you're interested, you're talking about them. And people love that. And remember their names. Say their names. That's the biggest thing my mom taught me when we were really little. If you don't remember last names, always say their first name. They feel important.
Yeah. Yeah. And remember to include all the names. That's an inside joke her and I have. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
I mean, that's their name. I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I mean, when somebody, when they invite me on their show and they say Raven Glover and they forget Raven Blair, I'm the same way, Melanie. So I got it. Trust me,
Well, that's who you are.
So, Melody, let's talk real quick about, before we wrap this up, I want you to just take the last few minutes and look into the camera and talk to the people that's in the chat room now, to the viewers that's watching us on whatever Facebook channel we're on right now, and people that will be watching tomorrow on the summit. And we'll be listening from Amazing Women of Power. And by the way, if you have not signed up for the summit, type summit in the chat box. And then that way we can come through. If you don't see the link, type summit in the chat box. If you see the link, go on there. Now, so we're going to go straight to that question, Melanie, because I really would like for you to just kind of share with everyone how you can best help them and who is your ideal client.
Oh, I love that. Well, thank you. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate being on this show too, and being with you, Raven. And for all of you that are listening, it's great you're here. You're doing what you need to do. You're stepping up and you're making a difference because you're wanting to get ahead and you're wanting to make a difference in your life. And the best way to contact me is through igniteyourspeakingpower.com, my website, igniteyourspeakingpower.com. And I have events coming up, and I help people through coaching. I help them through mentoring, and I have the 3-day workshops. I have my webinars that I do. And then, of course, my radio TV show. I have Melody TV, and I'm going to be interviewing. And I'd love to have people come to me and want to be interviewed, and we'll talk about and see how that can happen. So, and I'd love to give you a free consultation. So just go on there and click in to get my free consultation so that we can see how we can make a difference and help you, step it up through your speaking and make a difference and make a big impact in your life through business techniques that I can help you with. That's going to make a huge in just for you to be an influencer, to be the expert. And that's what you need to be, is the go-to person in your industry. And I'd love to help you, and I would love to make a difference for you with your confidence, to feel good about yourself, the direction you're going in, and to know what your true message is and what you want to say. Some people don't even know what they want to say. Biggest part of it, I'm going to tell you right now, is through your stories. Yeah. And your stories are, and I just
through your stories. Yes.
Yeah. And facts tell, stories sell. Facts
stories
tell, stories sell. And I have tons of them, and I tell through my background.
Absolutely. That's huge.
And that makes a difference. And I can help you with yours.
That is so huge. Yeah,
it is.
Absolutely. Well, everyone, is Ignite Your Speaking Power, and that's Melody. And so, Melody, final closing thing, we're going to go ahead and out. Is there anything you want to lead everyone to, that they can go to? We know you're going to get a free gift. So, yeah. But we're not going to give them about the free gift right now. They got to buy the book to get the free gift, and they can't do that till tomorrow. So
that's
go ahead.
They can, go to my igniteyourspeakingpower.com, and they can go in and opt in for 7 powerful ways to use speaking to grow your business. So I do have that. They can have that. But what I want to say, and I want to leave you with, is be your true self. Be who you are, be real, and have the conversation. It's like Glenn taught us. It's not the interview. It's not the audition. It's a conversation. It's meeting with people, developing the relationship. But the biggest thing you want to do is be authentic. Be who you are. Don't try to be somebody else. Try to be just who you are, and you'll be successful. And have fun with it, and relax and enjoy it. And just know, if you're thinking the right thoughts, which is to be in service of other people, it's not all about me. It's about you. It's about helping and serving you. And it comes back. What goes around comes around. And it's give and take. And remember, conversation is not one-sided. It's like a tennis match or ping pong. It's back and forth. And so that's the biggest thing I can say, is just be you, be authentic, be positive. And if you don't have the confidence, that's what you need to be working on first, because your confidence is going to make a difference on yours and the success of other people you want to work with. So that's my final say.
That's so true. So true. Well, thank you, Melody. We really appreciate you being on, for sure. This is her company, Melanie Kiemer Harper's Ignite Your Speaking Power. I love that. That looks so pretty, the logo and everything like that. And just remember how she started out with her twin sister, Marilyn, and look at her go now. She's got Dean Cain. I've seen and heard your testimonial, Jack Canfield. Jack Canfield giving you an amazing testimonial. Yeah. And so you're the unstoppable queen, and she can help you become unstoppable in your business.